Think about the last time you really wanted something. A job, a deal, a person. And you went after it with everything you had. You were enthusiastic. You were responsive. You made it obvious how much you cared. Did it work out the way you hoped? For most people, the answer is no. And here's the part nobody talks about. Your enthusiasm might have been exactly what killed it. Today, we're going to break down why showing too much desire is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. In negotiation, in relationships, in business, and more importantly, I'm going to give you a concrete system for controlling it. Growing up, we're all handed the same playbook. Show enthusiasm. Be eager. Make it clear you care. That works well in school. It gets you gold stars and pats on the head. But in the adult world, in negotiations, in competitive environments, in situations where real power is at stake, that same eagerness becomes a liability. Not sometimes. Consistently. Here's what nobody explains clearly. The rules we're taught in public and the rules that actually govern outcomes in private are completely different. The public rule show how much you want something and you'll be rewarded. The real rule: whoever needs the outcome more loses. Those two rules are in direct conflict, and most people spend their entire lives playing by the first one, while losing two people who quietly live by the second. Let me give you a concrete picture of how this plays out. Two candidates are interviewing for a senior executive role. Same qualifications on paper. Very different energy in the room. The first candidate walks in visibly hungry. He sits forward. His words come out fast. He agrees with everything the interviewer says. At one point, unprompted, he mentions he's flexible on salary. He just really wants this opportunity. He needs them to know how much he wants it. The second candidate carries himself differently. He sits back slightly. He's unhurried. When the interviewer describes the role in glowing terms, the second candidate listens, nods once, and then asks, "What does the leadership pipeline actually look like here? And how did the last person in this role leave?" Not hostile, just direct. Like someone who's genuinely deciding whether this is worth his time. If you're the one doing the hiring, if this person is going to run something important, which one do you trust with it? Almost everyone chooses the second. And the reason isn't that he's more qualified. It's that the first candidate's eagerness told a story. It said, "I need this to rescue me from somewhere I don't want to be." That's not a hiring signal. That's a vulnerability. The second candidate communicated something different without saying it directly. "I have options. I'm here to evaluate, not just to be evaluated." That posture That orientation changes everything about how the other person experiences you. The moment your need becomes visible, you've handed them the price tag. Now, let's get specific. Because in real negotiations, whether it's salary, a business deal, or a high-value social situation, your desire leaks out in ways you probably don't even notice. The other person says something you've been waiting to hear. Your pupils dilate. Your pace picks up. Your posture shifts forward. Your body is screaming, "I want this. I need this. Don't take it away." And in that moment, before you said a single word, they know. They know you won't walk away. They know they have leverage. They know the terms just got a little more favorable for them. The people who consistently win in these situations understand one ruthless skill: make the other person unable to gauge how much you want it. They use slower speech, strategic pauses, a slight physical lean back. These aren't tricks. They're signals of someone who has options, someone who can afford to be patient, someone who isn't desperate for this particular outcome. And when people can't read you, they don't feel confident. They start second-guessing. They start wondering if they need to sweeten the deal. In any negotiation, the person who appears less invested tends to control the outcome. So how do you actually develop this? Let's get into the practical side. The first step is building what I call a delayed response mechanism. When something good happens, an exciting message, a favorable offer, a big compliment, your brain's limbic system fires immediately. It wants you to react right now. That impulse is biological, and it's working against you. Here's a simple test. The next time your phone lights up with a message from someone important, a client, someone you're negotiating with, someone you're interested in, can you look at the screen? Take 3 slow breaths, and then pick it up. Most people can't. They respond within seconds, like a reflex. Now apply this to a face-to-face situation. The other person offers you something better than you expected, or they say something designed to flatter you. What do? Don't smile immediately. Don't rush to respond. Instead, pause. 3 seconds of silence. Those 3 seconds feel like nothing to you. But to the other person, they're unsettling. They start to wonder, why isn't he reacting? Does he think this isn't enough? That pause recalibrates the entire dynamic. It's the first defense you have against losing control of the room. If you think you can train yourself to use that 3-second pause, to stay still when your instinct is to react, drop "I stay in control" in the comments. Not for the algorithm, as a commitment to yourself. The second skill is something I call the art of boring. Most people in conversations are emotionally volatile. Someone praises them, they light up. Someone challenges them, they tense up. Their emotional state is visible, readable, and therefore exploitable. The people who consistently hold power in high-stakes interactions do the opposite. Their delivery is flat, their tone is steady, their word choices are neutral. They present even dramatic information like they're reading a weather forecast. Think about how a genuinely powerful person responds. When someone tries to pressure or impress them, they don't get loud. They get quieter. They don't lean in. They sit back. And often, they respond with something almost boring. A slow nod, a half smile, a simple, interesting. Is that all? That response, that flatness, is devastating. It deflates whatever emotional pressure the other person brought into the room. It signals, this doesn't move me. Practice this with flattery, provocation, or temptation. Don't respond with exclamation points. Respond with periods. Calm, measured, slightly unimpressed. That steady tone says more than any clever comeback could. It says, I've seen things. I'm not rattled by this, and you can't control me. Now, here's where I need to be direct with you. If you're only performing calm on the outside, while panicking on the inside, it will crack. A twitch of the jaw, a flicker in the eyes. People pick up on these things, especially when the other person is paying close attention. Real composure doesn't come from suppressing your emotions. It comes from rebuilding the logic underneath them. The reason you can't hide your desire is that you've told yourself, this is my only shot. I can't afford to lose this. When your entire sense of security is tied to one outcome, no technique in the world will keep your hands from shaking. The internal framework you need to build is something I call outcome detachment. It sounds like this. I want this. I genuinely want it. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be fine. Not fake indifference. Not pretending you don't care. But a genuine recognition that no single negotiation, no single person, no single opportunity is the determining factor in your life. There are other tables. There are other deals. There are other paths. When you actually believe that, when you've built enough of a foundation in your own life that you can walk away from this one table, your composure becomes real. Not performed. Real. And that's when it becomes truly unshakable. Because you're not acting anymore. You've become someone who genuinely doesn't need to win this particular moment. That's the person who usually does. Let's close with a clear summary of what we've covered. Your enthusiasm is not inherently a weakness. In the right context, with the right people, at the right time. It's a gift. But in competitive situations, in negotiations, in moments where power is being established, uncontrolled eagerness is a liability. It reveals your floor. It tells the other person exactly how much they can take from you. The three-part system. First, delay your reaction. When excitement or pressure hits, pause before responding. 3 seconds of silence is a power move. Second, flatten your delivery. Speak slower. Use neutral language. Be slightly boring. Respond to pressure and flattery with the same even tone. Third, detach from the outcome at the root level. Not by pretending not to care, but by genuinely building a life where no single result can break you. When all three are working together, you don't need to fake a poker face. You become someone the other person can't read, because you've become genuinely difficult to control. That's the system. Not theory, not motivation, just the mechanics of how outcomes actually get decided. If you've been in a situation like these, or you're walking into one, leave a comment, tell me what happened or what you're facing. I read them all. And if this video makes sense to you, click subscribe and turn on notifications. This is what we build here. Clear thinking for real situations. See you in the next one.